So you tried to control this life, didn't you? Yeah, I know. And here's the thing. You're not attached just because you care. You're attached because you're trying to control the story. So let's talk about it, my friends. Welcome back to the Tired of Thinking podcast. I am Golden Girl, and let's get straight into it. So you're trying to control the story because you think if it stays the same, you'll feel safe. But permanence isn't peace. It's control dressed up as comfort. It's fear in a blazer. Every person, place, or situation that we encounter in this life is an experience. We're meant to experience life, not grip it so tight that nothing can grow, change, or evolve. We got to remember that life is teacher and we are student. Sometimes we be trying to be student, teacher, janitor, principal, guidance counselor. Like, no, that's suffering. Our only role in this life is to be student and allow this life to unfold without us supervising it and micromanaging it and trying to control it. We think we know what's best, but in reality, life knows best. And I know that's hard to hear for my fellow control freaks out there, but enough is enough, my friends. We have to allow. Word of the day is allow. We have to allow the story to change. We have to allow the story to end, to grow, to evolve, to become whatever it needs to become for our highest good and greatest joy. A lot of times when we're overly focused on trying to control our environment, it's because we've left our home base, and our home base is self. Return your awareness to self. Wanting everything to stay the same isn't stability, it's fear management. Wanting life to stay the same, it's like trying to make a moving world stop moving. Now, why would you want your world to stop moving, to stop growing, to stop changing, to stop evolving? No, that's prison. Loosen your grip on this life and let life breathe without your supervision, without you hovering over it all the damn time. Let life show you what it needs to show you. Let life show you what it is that you need to learn, to see, to experience for your highest good and greatest joy. We cannot supervise life. We cannot micromanage this life. That is suffering. A lot of times, the people, places, and situations that we come across in this life are here to teach us something. They're not always meant to stay in our lives forever. They're either a lesson or a reflection or both. They're here to teach us something, to reflect something back to us. We need to learn how to take the lesson and go. Peep what's being reflected to you. Return your awareness to self and then move accordingly. That's all you can do in this life. Listen to your body, listen to your nervous system. If it were meant for you, you wouldn't feel so unsettled in your mind, your body, and your psyche. You wouldn't feel this way. You wouldn't feel so uneasy. Listen to your body, because a lot of times our bodies are already telling us, no, this is not for us. This is not meant for us. But because we're so hyper fixated on trying to control our environment, external factors, we're not listening to ourselves. We're not listening to our body because we're not in self. So return your awareness back to self. Being overly attached will have you thinking that you have to turn outward. But no, my friend, it's always inward. It always return back to yourself, inward. It all starts from within, with returning your awareness back to self and allowing life to unfold the way it's meant to unfold. And a lot of times, attachment isn't just about the person or the situation. It's about it not going the way you decided it will go. You already mapped it out. You already decided in your head the outcome. And then when life said it's going to go this way instead, your ego panicked. Ego hates unpredictability. Ego will have you thinking you lost or that you have to prove yourself. But babe, you always win. You're a winner. Attachment is just your ego trying to regain control, replaying it, analyzing it, shoulda, woulda, coulda. First of all, stop shooting on yourself and allow this life to show you. It will work out. It always works out for you, but it may not look the way that you decided it should look. Y'all, that ego will have you tripping, crashing out, looking a freaking fool, trying to control, out here trying to morph people, change people into what you think they should be. No, that's not your job. Your only job is to observe. Observe how your environment moves and observe how it makes you feel, aka returning your awareness to self, and then you move accordingly. If you don't like it, move accordingly. If you do like it, Move accordingly. That's all you can do in this life, y'all. Control outside of self is an illusion. If you want to control something so badly, control yourself. If you want to change something so badly, change yourself. But leave your ego at the door, okay? Your ego is not always right. Your ego is looking for a guarantee. Baby, if you want a guarantee in this life, bet on yourself. But don't rely on your environment, your external factors, people, places, things, and situations, things outside of self to give you a guarantee. No, that's prison. That's suffering. Let the story change. Let the story end so that you can see how good this life will get without you micromanaging it. Life is trying to steer you this way and you going that way. No, my friend, no. Your ego just wants to feel safe and in control. Like I said, ego hates unpredictability because it means that it can't predict the outcome. It can't change the outcome. It can't control the outcome. So we hyperfixate, we drive ourselves mad, we ruminate on external. Come back to self. Your ego will have you panicking, overthinking. What if this? What if that? What's going to happen next? What if they did this? What if? No, that's suffering, my friends. And I know all this is easier said than done, but I hope I'm at least planting seeds. It's your job to water them. Ego versus your true self versus your highest self. Your highest self is calm. They don't need to control to feel secure. They let life unfold. They don't react. They respond. Your highest self responds, not reacts to every little thing that happens in our external world. Observe, return to self, and then move accordingly. When people and situations are making you feel some type of way, come back to yourself and then move accordingly. Instead of going to external and trying to control external, no, come back to self. Detaching from ego isn't about killing it. It's about noticing when you're spiraling for control. It's about choosing peace over predictability. Ego will have you thinking that better won't come. Baby, that's lack. Ego will have you thinking you have to prove something to pass people and situations. That's suffering, babe. That's a prison. Take the lesson and go. The more we hold on to people and situations that are no longer meant for us, the more we suffer and the more we stay stuck. And the more we repel our desires. Control is a repellent. Control repels. And I'm not telling you this to not enjoy life, to not love and care about other people. I want you to enjoy and love and care and experience all the emotions that come with this life. And at the same time, I don't want you to grip so hard to things that it's taking you away from the full experience of this life. Stop white knuckling this life. Because when we're gripping, when we're controlling, when we're not allowing this life to come and go and flow and be, when we're too worried about the outcome and the future and the what if this and the what if that, and I want it to go my way, no, you're not experiencing the full scope of life. You're experiencing something, child, but it ain't the life that you deserve. It ain't. Control is just fear in a blazer. It's not peace. Return your awareness to yourself, your goals, your life, your happiness, what you want out of this life, your desires, your life. Visualize yourself or God cutting the string, that imaginary string that has you attached to whatever it is that you're trying to detach from. Imagine it, visualize it, and sit with the freedom that comes with that. And repeat. When you find yourself having the urge to control and micromanage, come back to self, visualize the string being cut, sit with that feeling of freedom, and repeat as many times as you need to. This is a journey, my friends. It's not just one day and done. We have to repeatedly choose to detach. We have to repeatedly choose to come back to ourselves. We have to repeatedly choose to allow. It's not just we allowed one time. No, baby. No. It's not one and done. This life is an experience. Don't let your bruised ego get in the way of experiencing the full scope of this life, of experiencing your highest goods and greatest joys. We have to allow, let go, unclench, release your grip on this life. Because like I said, and I'm going to say it again, it will work out. And sometimes that's why we want to control, because we think it's not going to work out. Control is lack. So I'm here to tell you that it will work out. I'm claiming it for you, and I want you to claim it for yourself. Allow. Okay? Capiche? Capiche. This is part 2 of my Identity Bootcamp series, my self-concept series. Part 1 is already posted. It was all about self-concept and accepting that we are not meant for everyone, and that's okay. This part 2, was about detachment, control, returning your awareness to self, and allowing. So let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Any questions, judgments, thoughts, vibes, and opinions, leave it down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. And feel free to email me if you have any video ideas or any longer questions. All right, y'all. Again, this is Tired of Thinking, and I am Golden Girl. Bye, my friends.